Brace yourself. The American tech industry just received what could be its most expensive wake-up call in decades. The Trump administration has dropped a bombshell announcement that could fundamentally reshape how Silicon Valley operates. And it's causing shockwaves across boardrooms from Seattle to San Francisco. We're talking about a staggering $100,000 fee that companies will now need to pay for each H-1B worker visa application. But here's where it gets controversial. This isn't just about money. It's about America's entire approach to global talent acquisition, and the battle lines are already being drawn. According to a White House official who revealed these plans, President Trump was preparing to sign a proclamation as early as Friday that would revolutionize the H-1B visa landscape. This dramatic policy shift represents the most aggressive move yet in the administration's comprehensive immigration overhaul, specifically targeting the temporary employment visa system that has become the lifeblood of America's technology sector. To understand why this matters so much, let's break down what H-1B visas actually represent in today's economy. These specialized work permits have become the primary gateway for international talent to enter the United States, with the technology industry serving as the dominant beneficiary. Government statistics reveal that approximately 2/3 of all H-1B positions are computer-related roles, though the program also facilitates the entry of engineers, educators, and healthcare professionals. The numbers tell a fascinating story about global talent migration. India has emerged as the overwhelming leader in H-1B visa recipients, capturing an impressive 71% of all approved applications in the most recent year. China trails significantly behind as the second-largest beneficiary, accounting for just 11.7% of approvals, a gap that highlights the concentrated nature of this talent pipeline. And this is the part most people miss. The financial impact goes far beyond what meets the eye. Major technology corporations have built their expansion strategies around H-1B accessibility. During the first half of 2025 alone, Amazon secured approval for more than 10,000 H-1B visas, while both Microsoft and Meta platforms each obtained over 5,000 approvals. These aren't just statistics. They represent thousands of individual career trajectories and corporate hiring strategies that could now face unprecedented disruption. The market reaction was immediate and telling. Shares of companies heavily dependent on H-1B workers, including Cognizant Technology Solutions, along with U.S.-traded stocks of Indian technology giants Infosys and Wipro, all dropped more than 2% following the announcement. This sell-off signals investor concern about the potential operational challenges these firms may face. Here's why the debate becomes truly heated. The fundamental question of whether America should prioritize domestic workers or continue embracing global talent. Critics of the H-1B program, particularly American technology workers, have long argued that the system enables companies to suppress wages while sidelining qualified domestic candidates. They view this dramatic fee increase as a long overdue correction that will force employers to seriously consider American workers first. But supporters, including high-profile figures like Tesla CEO Elon Musk, present a compelling counterargument. They contend that H-1B workers fill critical skill gaps that American workers simply cannot address, maintaining that these international professionals are essential for keeping U.S. companies competitive in the global marketplace. Didi Das, a partner at venture capital firm Menlo Ventures, captured the opposition's perspective perfectly when he stated on social media, adding new fees creates disincentive to attract the world's smartest talent to the U.S. If the U.S. ceases to attract the best talent, it drastically reduces its ability to innovate and grow the economy. But here's the twist that nobody's talking about enough. The legal foundation for these massive fees might be shakier than it appears. Aaron Reichlin-Melnick, policy director of the American Immigration Council, has raised serious questions about the administration's authority to implement such fees. He pointed out that Congress has only authorized the government to set fees to recover the cost of adjudicating an application, suggesting potential legal challenges ahead. To put this fee structure in perspective, consider how dramatically it changes the current system. The existing H-1B process involves a relatively modest lottery entry fee, followed by additional costs that typically amount to several $1,000s, depending on the specific case. The proposed $100,000 fee represents an increase of roughly 2,000 to 3,000% over current costs, a jump that could fundamentally alter hiring calculations for companies of all sizes. The timing of this announcement fits perfectly within Trump's broader immigration strategy, which has already produced significant policy changes since January. The administration has implemented travel restrictions affecting 19 nations, launched a pilot program requiring bonds up to $15,000 for certain tourist and business visas from high-risk countries, and pursued various other measures designed to limit both legal and illegal immigration. What makes this H-1B fee particularly significant is how it targets legal immigration pathways that have traditionally enjoyed bipartisan support, especially within the business community. Unlike policies affecting undocumented immigrants or asylum seekers, this move directly impacts some of the most influential companies in America, many of which contributed substantially to Trump's presidential campaign. The practical implications extend far beyond the headline-grabbing $100,000 figure. While tech giants like Amazon, Microsoft, and Meta might absorb these costs as part of their talent acquisition strategies, smaller companies and startups could find themselves completely priced out of the international talent market. This could create a two-tiered system where only the wealthiest corporations can access global talent pools. But here's what's really controversial. Is this actually about protecting American workers, or is it about creating a system that only benefits the biggest players? The current H-1B system allocates 65,000 visas annually to employers seeking temporary foreign workers in specialized fields, plus an additional 20,000 visas specifically reserved for workers holding advanced degrees. These visas are typically approved for periods ranging from 3 to 6 years, with employers bearing responsibility for nearly all associated fees. Historically, Trump's previous administration attempted to restrict H-1B access through various regulatory changes aimed at prioritizing higher-paying positions and limiting overall program accessibility. However, federal courts blocked many of these initiatives, creating a legal precedent that could influence how this new fee structure is challenged. The international implications are equally significant. Companies in India and China that have built their business models around providing services to American corporations through H-1B workers may need to fundamentally restructure their operations. This could accelerate trends toward remote work arrangements or the establishment of foreign offices, potentially undermining the very goal of keeping talent and innovation within U.S. borders. Meanwhile, other countries are watching these developments closely, potentially seeing an opportunity to attract talent that might have previously chosen America. Nations like Canada, Australia, and several European countries have been actively competing for the same pool of skilled international workers, and America's increasingly restrictive approach could redirect this talent flow. The announcement also raises questions about implementation details that remain unclear. Reuters reported being unable to immediately establish specifics about who exactly would be subject to these fees, or how the administration plans to manage the collection and processing of such substantial payments. So here's the question that's dividing America. In an increasingly competitive global economy, does building higher walls around our talent pipeline make us stronger? Or does it ultimately weaken our position as the world's innovation leader? The debate touches on fundamental questions about American identity, economic policy, and our place in the global talent ecosystem. Are we witnessing a necessary correction that will finally prioritize American workers? Or are we about to handicap ourselves in the race for global innovation leadership? What do you think? Is a $100,000 H-1B fee the wake-up call American companies need to invest more seriously in domestic talent development? Or is it a short-sighted policy that will drive innovation to other countries? And perhaps most importantly, if you were running a tech startup today, would this fee make you reconsider your entire hiring strategy? Or would you find ways to work around it? The answers to these questions won't just shape immigration policy, They'll determine whether America remains the world's premier destination for talent and innovation, or whether we're about to watch that crown pass to competitors who are rolling out the welcome mat while we're building higher barriers. Share your thoughts. Are you Team America First in hiring, or Team Best Talent Wins regardless of origin? The comment section is about to become a battleground for one of the most consequential policy debates of our time.